Hey guys, Jo here at SportsGrid. It's time for a pocket with Jo. Small slate today on this Wednesday, only 3 games on deck. So we're going to go over each and every one of these games, my thoughts on those and where teams are sitting in those standings, as well as players. You got to know who is leading right now. I don't know if you guys saw Nathan MacKinnon absolutely dominate last night out there on the ice for Colorado. He was able to get that hat trick. And I tell you, that third goal was absolutely breathtaking. So hopefully you guys had Nathan MacKinnon for the 2+ points last night. He nicely was able to walk away with the hat trick. So did record, I believe he recorded 4 points on the night. I'm going to have to double check that. But we've got 3 games to go over today. Let's jump into the first one here. We have the Chicago Blackhawks taking on the St. Louis Blues. Now, this probably isn't the most impactful game out there, unless you do believe the St. Louis Blues can make the playoffs. I don't think so. We look at them here. They're sitting first or fifth in the Central, 87 points, and they're trying to get that last wild card spot over the Vegas Golden Knights. But they're 5 points behind the Vegas Golden Knights, and Vegas has a game in hand. So I just don't see it happening for the St. Louis Blues. You've also got to look at Jake Neighbors is now out of the lineup. I don't think we'll see him returning. They have a defenseman that's out of the lineup. I think this is Chicago's game. Your Nathan MacKinnon was absolute fire last night, Ron. So it was fantastic. I tell you, he was just incredible. Like, words can't even come when I'm talking about him. I can't believe what he's able to do out there on the ice. So back to the St. Louis Blues and the Chicago Blackhawks. I do think there's a possibility of Chicago getting the upset. We did see the upset in December in St. Louis. Chicago was able to come in and win 3-1. That was all because of Peter Mrazek. Peter Mrazek has to stand on his head in this one. But without Jake Neighbors, I like his ability to do so. Over 28.5 shots on goal for Peter Mrazek's coming in at -108. I think it's a really strong play here. This is the 4th meeting of the seasons between these two, and St. Louis has won 2 of the 3. So the one that Chicago did win, again, it was in St. Louis, and Peter Mrazek saved 38 shots on him. So I do love him to that over 28.5. Now, I don't think they'll put up 38. I think this will be a game where, while Chicago doesn't offer a lot of resistance, we still see less shots because of Jake Neighbors out of the lineup. But I do think this is one where Chicago +1.5. Now, current odds on this, +1.5 for Chicago. It's gone up a little bit. It's -137. I still think within bettable range. I think you put 2/3 of a unit on that and 1/4 of a unit on straight up on the money line at +190, because I do think that has every possibility of hitting. Now, that total of 5.5, I lean to the over. We know Jordan Kyrou of the St. Louis Blues should come out nice and strong. So I'm looking for goals out of both sides here. Jordan Binnington will be in net tonight for the St. Louis Blues. And while he's being strong, I do think Connor Bedard can hit him, his 2+ points coming in at +255. And then Jordan Kyrou, the St. Louis Blues, for his 2+ points coming in at +210. It's going to be a good game, you guys. Really excited for that one, because I do think we can make plus money. Oh, sorry, it's not Jordan Binnington. It is Joel Hoffman. Even more reason why I like the Chicago Blackhawks here today. Let's look at the Vegas Golden Knights taking on the Edmonton Oilers. Now, Connor McDavid listed as day-to-day, and I really do think the Edmonton Oilers will make the smart decision and not put Connor McDavid out there on the ice. This team is sitting second in the Pacific with 99 points. They're 5 points behind Vancouver, and they've got 6 late games left. This team has so many games out there to get those points. They can take first in the Pacific. Without Connor McDavid on the ice tonight, with Vegas in a situation where they're in the last wild card spot. They're sitting 4th in the Pacific with 92 points. They're sitting in that last wild card spot in the Western Conference. They've got 4 games left only. We see the LA Kings are in 3rd in the Pacific. Vegas is 1 point behind them. So Vegas absolutely wants that 3rd spot in the Pacific rather than that wild card spot. So I do think we see the best out of Vegas tonight. We know how strong Jack Eichel has been. And then big bonus here for the Vegas Golden Knights. Adin Hill is back in net. Now, he's missed a couple of weeks here with injury, and I do think he comes out just absolutely strong. The last time he was in goal versus Edmonton was when the Vegas Golden Knights broke that winning streak of the Edmonton Oilers. So yes, Edmonton wants payback, but I do think in this one is Vegas who has the upper hand with Adin Hill in goal. I keep talking about the fact that I still don't trust Stuart Skinner out there in goal for the Edmonton Oilers, but you look at his numbers and he has been strong as of late. I would lean for this game to be a complete defensive, hard-hitting battle out there, especially without Connor McDavid on the ice. I do think this one stays under that total. We know he hasn't been scoring those goals, but he's been setting up those goals, getting those assists on the board. So I'm going to take the under in this game. The under 6.5 at -122. I think you could even ladder it down. I know laddering down when you're looking at a total, especially when it involves Edmonton and Vegas, where 3 of their last 4 have gone over. It seems like a scary situation, but I really do think this is a 3-2 max game. I could see it being 3-1. I could see it being any combination under that 5.5. So I would ladder down to the under 5.5 for a little bit of money to grab that plus money, but I do think it stays under the 6.5 at -122. If these two teams come out and score 4 goals in the first period, you know I will be pulling out my hair because it's not what I expect from these teams. But we have seen that team total of both of them be way too juicy. I wanted to take Edmonton's team total under 3.5. The books have it at -174 because the Vegas component, with my lack of trust in Stuart Skinner, totals to the under when it involves Skinner in net scare me. But I do think in this one, we're going to see the defense really step up here of Edmonton. We know this team on that large winning streak that they went on where Vegas crushed it with Adin Hill in goal. This team before that was holding opponents to like 2 goals per game in a lot of these games. So they were playing really strong. But when you look at some players who I'd circle, it would be Jack Eichel for the Vegas Golden Knights. He's averaging a point per game. He's coming out nice and strong. Connor McDavid going for the 100th assists in his next game. I know that's such a hard word to say, 100th assist in his next game. So he should come out on fire and get that the next time he's on the ice. When will he be on the ice is a question mark. He could be on the ice tonight. And then I would look at that assist as well, like Kelly's pointing out. But I doubt he hits the ice. I really do think they need to rest him. That being said, you never know what these teams are going to do, especially when this game right here could be what we're seeing in the playoffs. This could be the matchup. So do they want to have Connor McDavid if this is going to be the matchup? Probably not. I would, in my opinion, if I was the coaches, I'd be like, this is a perfect time to sit because we can see how they play without you out there with all of their top players out there on the ice. We'll see what happens with Mark Stone coming back for the playoffs. But we can see everything like that and get a lot of insight into it. So not sure what they'll do, but I'm pretty sure Connor McDavid won't play. The Arizona Coyotes and the Vancouver Canucks. Now, huge shocks today on the Arizona Coyotes leaving a Mullet Arena. Salt Lake City looks to be the destination. So we'll see what happens with that. It's an exciting time. There's definitely a lot of talks around it because there's a couple different schedules being made up on everything. Now, there is talks of another location. The owner has put a bid in for another location outside, I believe, of Arizona, so where they play right now. So we'll see what happens with this team, but definitely exciting times. The Mullet Arena just can't support playoff hockey. So that is the problem. If they want to be a playoff team, their arena has to be able to support it. So looking at them tonight versus Vancouver Canucks, they got shut out last night versus the Seattle Kraken. Second night of a back-to-back here, and I do look at Clayton Keller to come out nice and strong off that shutout. But I think this is Vancouver's game. Vancouver is not completely safe in that first spot in the Pacific. We talked about it with Edmonton. Edmonton sitting 5 points behind them. And they've got a couple games in hand here. Only 4 games left for the Vancouver Canucks. So with 104 points, they need this win. They've won 3 of the last they won the last 3 meetings and 8 of the last 10 versus Arizona. They're at home. I'm looking at their team total to fly over the team total of 3.5. That's coming in at -136. Now, I do like them on the puck line here at home. I really can't see Arizona coming in and pulling off the upset win. This team, while they're solid and I've liked them in these situations, I think Vancouver has way too much to play for. So it would be an empty netter getting that puck line cover. If you want to look at a puck line, I would probably recommend the first period puck line more, as I do think Vancouver will come out straight out of the gate. Now, Quinn Hughes has 88 points, which is the 4th highest total points for an American-born defenseman. So really cool to see Quinn Hughes doing so phenomenally well. Of course, he's brothers of Jack and Luke Hughes that play for the New Jersey Devils. JT Miller here of the Vancouver Canucks. I'm hitting him again for the power play point. We know how strong he's been on the power play, and so has Quinn Hughes. So if you want to look at both of them for a power play point tonight, I can really see it coming in. But JT Miller power play point is coming in at plus 140. He has 2 goals and 9 assists and is on an 8-game point streak. He recorded 3 assists to earn his first career 100-point season. So it's awesome to see. So the 3 assists in the last game put him at 100 points. So awesome to see JT Miller doing so well out there. What? That's not good news, Christopher. Oh, man. Toronto lost it in the 10th. Are you kidding me? Game over and done with? Oh, wow. Bottom of the 10th. We let the Mariners put up 5 runs at the top of the 10th. Okay, the story of our lives as Toronto fans. Anyway, you guys, that is everything on deck for today on the ice. We got a loaded day tomorrow. I will be on Game Time Decisions at 6:12 Eastern here. So make sure you join me. Bottom of the 10th for Toronto. We need them to at least tie it up or bring home 6 runners and make this a game. I tell you, I had the under, Christopher. So if we could just finish it now, at least I hit the under. I wanted Toronto straight up on the money line as well, but I'm not going to win both of the bets. So let's at least win that under bet. Stupid Toronto. I love betting on my team. You guys, again, all the best in all your bets. Thank you for joining me. If you're looking for my Marcus Stroman prop, I am taking him over 4.5 strikeouts for the Yankees. I don't think that game is underway yet. It's getting underway pretty quick, 7:05 Eastern here. So taking him over 4.5. He dominated versus Toronto, getting 6 strikeouts, and versus the Astros, he was able to get 4. I think the number is too light versus the Miami Marlins. So that's my other play out there on the diamonds. You guys, all the best in all of your bets. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.